Radisson Edwardian Hotel, Manchester. Dear guest, welcome to the hotel. Please read this letter. You will get an idea of what a room attendant's job involves. Do not tell the housekeeping manager about this letter. Please just replace it in the drawer when you have read it. We tidy up the bed, make the pillows nice and tidy, make sure there's no dust around, replace new linen every day. It doesn't matter if it's messy or if it's clean. This is part of the job. Toilets and bathrooms, mirror, have to be nice and clean, no dust around. We put things where they belong, tidy up everything, valance, pillows. Vacuuming has to be done every day. We do the function and meeting rooms on certain shifts. The head concierge says the meeting rooms are named after political radicals. He has to know for when guests ask.
Where the hotel is now, it used to be a field. The names are of leaders who organised a meeting on the field in the 18th century, 19th maybe, a meeting for political reform. Cotton mill workers dressed in their Sunday best, men and women and their children.
Singing the popular songs of the day. They'd call them folk songs now. Musical bands blaring. But men on horseback waded into the meeting, trampling bodies, swinging their sabres. People were killed. There is a Bamford room, a meeting room, on the first floor of the hotel. After a meeting, it has to be vacuumed, table cleared and wiped clean. The concierge says it is named after the weaver Samuel Bamford, who was there at the gathering of the massacre in the field. Bamford described the event in a book he wrote years later. 10 minutes after the violence, he wrote, the empty field was covered with debris. He saw a black banner sprawled on the ground with the word love, the heart, and two clasped hands on it all painted in white. A man's cap with a sprig of laurel, half hidden by muddy sods. Women's bonnets all around, one made with floral print material. A shoe without a sole stuck deep in the rut. The trumpet, the drum, the flute. Branches of laurel. Odd years later, in memory of the dead in the field. That's this building. Now it's a hotel. In occupied rooms we do the job, but we never touch the guest stuff. Where they put it, where they set it. We knock and make sure if the guest is in the room. Sometimes the guest is in and says, oh, you can do it. Then we clean the room with them there. It's only possible to have a social life some weekends. Some people have a second job too, so on the weekdays it's difficult to go out. Like cleaning in an office, getting home every night 10:30, sometimes 9, it depends how busy things are. The concierge also tells guests about the Free Trade Hall, the concert they had here when it was a music venue. Some rooms in the hotel are named after musicians. The concierge says he went to a famous concert when Bob Dylan went electric in the 60s. Bob did a first half, all acoustic songs, just with his guitar. Then Dylan came back on with an electric band for the second half. People booed, clapped slowly. They thought it wasn't the music of the people, folk music. If it was electric, it was a betrayal of folk traditions that go back through time. It became a battle between the performers and the audience, but with words, with sounds. Dylan replied to the heckles by saying, play fucking loud, to his band. He liked the volume, the thrill of the resonating chords in the echoing hall, the sound of modern life. How does it feel? He sang. You're invisible now. The concierge tells this to people who book into the Dylan suite. It's the most expensive one on the top floor. The concierge says he stayed behind after everyone else left the concert. When the room lights went on, he just stared at the empty stage and the floor where the audience had been. He looked at the torn ticket stubs. Cigarette packets, green and white wood bags, silver white players navy coat, the glittering entrail with foil lining, smashed glass all around, glinting in the house lights. Everywhere is a white cigarette stuck space. Pale, blue white woman, unremembered or abandoned stars, making the shape of the double G. A pair of black plastic door glasses. myself up slowly as I lay on the mattress. After a while, I decided to write this letter, which I'd almost finished. I will leave it in the drawer when I've written it. I will then leave the room, and leave the mess as I found it. As I write, I can see white stains on the bedside table. A wine glass is left on the bit of the back. The bra strewn on the floor. Marks on the TV cabinet. Sheets coming away from the mattress. A room service breakfast tray is left on the bed. The food half eaten. Shampoo has been spilled on the shelf in the bathroom. Slowly falling the floor around the small plastic bottle. Cigarette stumps on the table. On the carpet is a towel, biscuit box, plastic bags. The TV is left on. Screen reflecting the brightness of the bedsheets in the morning sun. Please put this letter back in the drawer and leave it for the next guest to read. Thank you for your time.